Good afternoon from Mountain Lion Stadium on the campus of University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. We bid you welcome to Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Soccer. Today it'll be the Regis University Rangers visiting town to play the UCCS Mountain Lions in the homecoming event of the day. A big day here on campus as students are part of Storm the Stadium today as they make their way to the stadium for the first of tonight's men's-women's doubleheader, and we're thrilled to be bringing it to you. Hello again, everyone. I'm Doug Klein. I'll be bringing you all of the play-by-play action of RMAC Conference Soccer. The lineups have been announced behind us. The national anthem has been played, and we'll be getting this match underway shortly. The Mountain Lions come into today's match 1-1-1 after completing their 3 games in non-conference action, and Regis comes into the match at 1-2-0. For both squads, it's 0-0-0 as they get ready to start Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play in the hopes of advancing to the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference tournament at the end of the season. So we are looking forward to bringing you all of the action tonight. If you are along with us on streaming and you're on campus, make your way down. For the first 275 students that show their ID, you get a Storm the Stadium t-shirt, and then you'll get to stay for obviously the men's game as well as the women's game that follows, and then the big bonfire across from the stadium after the game to celebrate this homecoming weekend, where both squads, men's and women's sides, will play a doubleheader. So the match is on behind us, and we're underway. So right out of the gates, UCCS earns a goal kick. Scott Jensen is in goal, starting for the Mountain Lions. For those of you that have been on streaming in the first couple of matches of the season, you'll notice that we've had a change of position since we're coming to you from the UCCS media services. We have moved to the fans side of the field to bring you this evening's match. Regis lines up. They have a throw-in here in the attacking third. There's the flip throw. Behaves similar to a corner kick. Comes in, cleared out easily by UCCS. And the Mountain Lions try to form something coming back the other way. So since we have had a change of position, just to get you somewhat adjusted to what you're seeing on the screen, that ball goes through for a Regis shot. Looked like there was a chance it could have been offside. No call. Goes out for a throw-in for Regis. So here in Colorado Springs, and you may see on some of the shots, Pikes Peak in the background, the Mountain Lions are going to be moving from our left to right in this first half, which in Colorado Springs, that'll be south to north, and Regis, of course, moving from our right to left. Another flip throw, again, nice high loft, trying to create some trouble and traffic in front, and cleared out nicely by UCCS as we're 2.5 minutes into the opening half. And we have a scoreless draw, of course, at this point. When you occasionally catch a glimpse of the fans to our right, the stands, you'll see they are filling up nicely because, as we mentioned at the outset, this is homecoming weekend, and it's a big night. It's been promoted on campus all week, Storm the Stadium, where the students come down, do the walk from campus, which for those of you unfamiliar with the campus is, the main portion of campus is actually about, say, a quarter mile to a half mile away. A decent walk from the academic buildings and the dorms. Another throw coming in from Regis right into the 6-yard area. Again, cleared out by UCCS. So here in the first 4 minutes of play, Regis clearly controlling play, but UCCS has been solid on the defense, and now they break out for the first time with a 3-on-2. Coming in on the right wing, nearly getting around the corner. Kicked out for a corner kick. So our first set play opportunity of the day goes to UCCS. So you can see they're lining up, one short. Let's see whether they go to far post or come short. They're walking away, so they go far post. There's the effort to send it in. Rebound goes right back into the box. Regis easily knocks that out. UCCS trying to keep the pressure on. This is their first contained possession of the first 5 minutes of the match. Regis controlling ball at midfield. Try to loft it into the corner. Foot race on. Ball goes harmlessly out for a UCCS goal kick. We have just passed through the first 5 minutes of play. At this point, no shots on goal. Again, the better of the early run of play goes in favor of Regis. Jensen ready to put the ball back in play for the Mountain Lions. Looking for the flick header, not quite there. Regis is able to knock it back. And the Mountain Lions just send it back to Jensen, and they'll start up again. Jensen looks toward the right flank, nothing there. Intercepted by Regis. There's a slotted pass, trying to gain the corner is Regis. To the top of the 18. Touch a little far, tries to keep it in, it rolls over the goal line for a goal kick before he was able to drag it back into play. And as we mentioned at the intro, this is part of a doubleheader weekend here at Mountain Lion Stadium. The men obviously playing right now against Regis, and then they'll be back at it at noon on Sunday when the Colorado School of Mines squad comes into town. And on the women's end, they play this evening at 7:30. Immediately following this match, they'll take on CSU Pueblo in the second half of the Friday night doubleheader. And then the women will complete their weekend of homecoming festivities with a 2:30 match immediately following the men on Sunday. And New Mexico Highlands will provide the opposition on Sunday for the women. And there's a whistle. A bit of jostling down there near the far touchline. And UCCS will go ahead and put that into play. Captain Aaron Hefner here on the near side. On the back line, looking ahead, trying to find some space. And now for one of the first times, the Mountain Lions get set up in some nice triangles to try to send it across field. Doesn't quite materialize, but results in a Mountain Lion throw-in. Regis trying to clear it out of the back. Regis breaking in on a 1-on-4, nearly gets through. We do have the foul called on a push on Regis, and UCCS will be able to put it back into play just outside their own 18. Do a bit of a quick restart, and now coming up the left flank. And if you haven't already figured it out, UCCS wearing their home white uniforms with the gold shorts, Regis in navy blue trimmed in gold. UCCS tries to send the cross over to the far side, a bit too far ahead. And we have a clock stoppage. Injury on the field for Regis. I'm trying to see that number. Looks like he is coming out. So now a decision for Regis, whether they just play short for a little bit or whether they sub him out. For those of you unfamiliar with NCAA rules, you get no re-entry in the first half. And it looks like Regis is going to go ahead and make the switch. As you may have heard on the PA, Jake Brown, number 17, coming into the game for Regis. So once we get back to action, it will be a Regis throw-in. A steal right there by UCCS. They try to crash in. Didn't have any runners with them. Ball goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. Coming back the other way will be the Rangers. As we mentioned, the Rangers 1-2 on the season. They dropped their first two matches and won the most recent match last weekend on a last-minute goal in regulation to take the 2-1 victory. Alex Van Holly tosses it in for UCCS. They go square across midfield. Officials for tonight's game running center, that's Adam Zarin wearing the orange tonight for the officials. And we have another whistle along the touchline. From our broadcast vantage point, we're a little bit below the first level of the stands. So on occasion, especially when it's over there in front of the press box, we have a bit of difficulty making out exactly what's going on. Not only that, but as we are on these clear 80-degree skies on this Friday, September 14th, the sun currently is in our face and will be for the better part of this match. So we're going to have a tough time making out some of the numbers in the glare, but we do have a couple of crack statisticians with us to help out. midfield. UCCS attempts to break out. Not quite there. Quick counter by Regis. They have a runner open on the left side if they can find him. Not quick enough. As you can see, UCCS has their back line set. That looked like he was in offside, and he was. The flag goes up across field. Now there's one advantage of our broadcast spot. We're pretty much right on the line. I don't think they'll give me a flag and let me do the call, but it was there. That's Jordan Watts as the assistant referee on the far side who just raised the flag. Over on the near side, Connor McGahee will be running line. ECS, they try to send it in. That's picked off by Chase Webert. Goalkeeper for Regis. We are 13 and a half minutes into the first half of this homecoming match. UCCS taking on the Regis Rangers. UCCS, they are 1-1-1 on the season. We mentioned that at the outset. UCCS won their first match of the season on August 31st right here at Mountain Lion Stadium with an exciting goal 3 minutes into the first overtime to take that match 2-1, but they tied game number 2 and lost their most recent match to give us the 1-1-1. And again, all of the matches played so far by both teams have been non-conference. Today is the official start of RMAC play. Runner through, he tries to cut it back. Going one-on-one with Hefner. Hefner comes away the better of that matchup. Sent right back in by Regis. UCCS has sufficient numbers back. They're setting the line. For Colorado Springs fans, you're familiar with Hefner. Klein got around the corner, no relation to me. Klein got around the corner for Regis. Took that shot, as you saw, high over the crossbar. Getting ready to put it back into play. Anyway, we're talking about Aaron Hefner, junior captain out of local Pine Creek High School here in Colorado Springs. We have just passed through the first 15 minutes of the match. Header knocked out by UCCS, coming up with a throw for Regis. Off of the throw-in, Regis scores. That's the danger of that type of flip throw. It behaves exactly like a corner kick, went high, long, right in front of the net, flicked on with the header. Milner was on the throw. Mansfield scored the goal for Regis. So UCCS comes back. That's Van Holly. Tries to run through with possession. Tripped up, no foul. It was a good no call. There was a push along the touchline. Calling that a foul rather than a throw-in. The ball will be on the ground. Sambonano on the foul. Regis lofts that back in, easily handled by Jensen. Not much of a breeze here this afternoon, so I don't think the wind is going to play a factor like it often does here at Mountain Lions Stadium. Mountain Lions having a tough time connecting with passes. Regis is just a bit quicker to the ball here in the early going. That one comes right toward us. Kept in play, dropped back by Regis. They've got their shape set up. Comes to the inside, going back out. There's the cross, a bit too aggressive. Goes out at the corner. That'll be a throw-in. If Regis is quick, they may attempt to trap the Mountain Lions down there in the corner. Bit of a challenge along the touchline. We're a bit obstructed. The flag goes UCCS's way. In fact, we have at least 4 cameras on it. In many regards, you might be able to see some of the action a little bit better than we can. So my apologies if you're wondering what I'm calling. But we do have a great view down here on the south goal. We are set up just about 30 yards out from net. That was a bit of a stumble. Bonanno gets it back. I think Bonanno feels like he was fouled. I'm not sure I disagree with him on that one. That was Gomez that sent it across field. Intercepted, comes back loose for the Mountain Lions, and Hefner starts it back at the bottom of the center circle, sends it ahead. That's Van Holly on it. He's blocked, no call. Regis tries to do a quick counter. It's not there, and the Mountain Lions start back with it. We have just passed through the 20th minute of the first half. Regis on top, 1-0. Regis scored their goal about 17 minutes into the match. If you have a shot across the field, you'll see the the UCCS subs are getting up and loosening up. That's not unusual for coaching staffs about midway through a half to ask everybody to just get up and stretch. Not exactly sure how you're going to use your players, so you want them to stay loose. The stands to my right are filling up nicely, and students and other fans continuing to come in. Coming into the match for the Mountain Lions, Corey Carbajal. He is the leading scorer for UCCS here early in the season with 2 goals. He'll be number 11 on your screen. UCCS puts it back into play. Nice tackle over there by Regis as they try to break out. Once again, the UCCS backline gets back nicely to set to prevent an odd man advantage for the Rangers. That touch comes right toward us over the touch line. Hefner will leave it. Let's put it back into play by McClure. McClure with the throw-in again. Drop for Van Holly. Turnover at midfield. Regis right back on it. Pedro Rodriguez got to it first, but he sent it across. Could not connect, and now the Mountain Lions concede the throw-in. Out on the UCCS header, so Regis will throw it right back in. As Regis was carrying it, that ball went over the touchline. For those of you not completely familiar with the rules of soccer, it is the entirety of the ball needs to be over the line. If any portion of the ball covers the line, even the outside edge, it's still considered in play. That ball goes over the goal line, deemed to completely cross it, and it'll be a goal kick for the Mountain Lions. Only a few subs have come in so far in this game, as we mentioned earlier. NCAA substitution rules. In the first half, you are not permitted a re-entry once you exit the game, but everything resets at the start of the second half. That deflection comes right on the foot of Regis. They've got runners. And back in time to defend it was McClure. It was a good recovery. UCCS tries to put it back into play with a quick restart. What don't we like? I presume what that call was is they were saying the ball was not at a complete stop before UCCS put it into play. UCCS tried to go direct on that one a little too far. That was easily handled by the Rangers. There's a turnover, and a quick shot by UCCS goes well wide. By my count, UCCS does not have a shot on goal yet. And at least according to the scoreboard, they're considering that the first official shot attempt of the evening. We are under 20 minutes to go in the first half of play with Regis on top 1-0 here in this RMAC conference opener for the 2018 season. Ball goes up into the top of the stands. It was cleared out by Regis. UCCS puts it back into play. Van Holly on it. Drops it back for McClure to Van Holly on the give and go. Van Holly tries to drop it down for Carbajal. Big cross. Goes well outside the far post and out for a goal kick. We mentioned that this is the first day of RMAC play. All of the teams are playing today. Thus far, only one game is completed as we came on the air. CSU Pueblo was at Adams State, and those teams drawed one apiece. Adams State remains winless as a result of that draw. They're 0-4-1, and CSU Pueblo obviously out to the early 3 points. And again, for those of you unfamiliar with soccer standings, or the table as it's called in the sport, a win earns 3 points, a draw earns 1 point in the standings, and it's points that determine who's on top at the end of the season. Now UCCS has their first real chance with a numbers advantage in the counter. Van Holly with it, drops it neatly down. Looks like Demaroth lost his footing as he was going in to try to collect that pass. That was the best rush of the first half for the Mountain Lions. Ball pushed nicely ahead. UCCS defense tries to come back, overrun it. Klein's attempt to cross it into the middle, deflected off of a shin, and now the Mountain Lions counter back. That's going to clearly be a foul against Regis. I think there's going to be a discussion. He has not stopped the clock, so I don't think they're issuing a card. It's just discussion about maintaining your body under control. So UCCS will be putting it in play from near the far side touchline. It will be a direct kick. We are coming to you. Nice long ball off of the direct right onto net. That'll be the first official shot on goal for UCCS. We are coming on the live stream to you on GoMountainLions.com. Also from our broadcast position today with UCCS Media Services, we will be coming up on replay on the local Comcast UCCS channel. So be looking at your local listings for when this game will be rebroadcast. We will have the same situation. We'll have the same situation coming up on the women's game. We'll be coming to you on the UCCS live stream, and then that game will also be available for replay on Comcast. So on that play, that looked like a 50-50 chance that that could have been called. The general guideline in soccer is if you are unable to maintain the same quality of control, that would be a foul. I think center referee Zarin deemed that he put himself in peril, so chose not to make that call. Easily cleared out on the back line by McClure, and the ball loose at center with Regis possession. We've got a runner. He was clearly in the offside position. We could see it. So did the far side official, and the offside call is made. We are just over 13 minutes remaining in the first half, with Regis holding on to a 1-0 lead as a result of a set play from a throw-in. The action right in front of us. Ebert had it, dropped it down, pushed off the ball by UCCS, no call. That's Smith carrying the ball, bringing it up, looking for Van Holly, too far for him. And Regis collects the ball, counter, they go square to midfield. Slide tackle fails, and the extracurricular activity after the slide tackle by Carbajal is called. So it'll be a direct kick just on the attacking side of center for Regis as we approach 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Direct kick coming up. UCCS sets their line just outside the 18. They try to drop it in for the flick. Intercepted nicely by UCCS, cleared out, and sent across midfield. Mostly just relieving pressure. There is one runner. It's a race for the ball easily into the hands of the Regis goalkeeper at the 11.5-minute mark of half number one. I think it's fair to say at this point, just a slight advantage in possession to Regis. Their most effective activity has been the big throw-in on the flip throw. McClure to toss it back in for UCCS. 50-50 challenge. McClure goes up in the air. He's undercut and the foul is called. We'll put it into play right in front of us. So we have two players jostling a bit. Referee Zarin having a discussion. So thus far, he has chosen to not discipline with a card. He's chosen to have conversations and try to set the expectations. He's satisfied that the conversation went the way he went. Hefner puts it back into play on the direct kick. Right back onto Hefner's foot, and he sends it back to Jensen. Ball goes over the touchline on the far side. It'll be a Regis throw as we just go under 10 minutes remaining in half number one. Again, over the touchline. Throw coming up, this time in favor of UCCS. Mountain Lions collect it. They have some space. Go to the outside to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tackled hard. This will be a direct kick from just short of midfield. Or I should say just over midfield from the UCCS perspective. Hefner to take it. Fakes long, goes short. McClure now sends it to the far side of the box. 50-50 challenge off of a Mountain Lion head, and it'll be a goal kick. Weber puts it back into play. Gets it well across midfield. Regis briefly had some numbers. Jensen snuffs that one out. Was looking for Van Holly. He leaves it for Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to maneuver along the touchline. Push down, no call. He wants the call. UCCS defense comes back to intercept it, and we start going back the other way. We have, it looks like, two subs lining up for the Mountain Lions to come into the match. Diego Ferradas comes into the match for the Mountain Lions. Rodriguez tries to get there first. Looks like something got strained. He couldn't completely keep it under control, so results in a goal kick. Rodriguez heads it right back looking for Van Holly. Van Holly gets around the corner, deflected by the goalkeeper, nearly gets past him to roll in. He recovers in time. That was a nice combination by Rodriguez and Van Holly. Now Regis tries to counter. They've got a player open on the right wing if they can find him. Too late. Now the Mountain Lions intercept. Send it back up. Looking for Van Holly. Headed out by Regis for the corner kick. So the Mountain Lions, with just over 5.5 minutes remaining, have an opportunity to find the equalizer off a corner. Clayton Smith goes down into the corner to take it. Rodriguez comes over, faking the short, opening up the space. See if a Mountain Lion goes in behind him. Far side. Nice challenge in there, won by UCCS. But now Regis comes out with it. Slide tackle by Hefner. Mountain Lions come in looking for the shot, switched it neatly to his left foot. It was blocked. UCCS maintaining possession. Rodriguez with the ball tries to line it up for the quick shot. I was watching them in training yesterday. Rodriguez has an incredible quick shot. He does not need much time to crank it up, and he attempted to do it right there. Most players need to settle the ball and take a long wind-up and kick. Rodriguez very quick on the settle and shot. Weber taking his time to put it at the top of the six to put it back into play. I'm guessing that whistle was to avoid time wasting. Basically encouraging get that ball back into play. UCCS, a little bit of a rush. Intercepted. Oh, the shot goes just off of the post, outside of the post for the miss. That was a nice interception by Diego Ferradas. He got in, nearly snuck it underneath Weber's hands. Obviously it's a goal kick, so it did not touch Weber on the way out. So UCCS clearly beginning to emerge and take over the flow of the game. Probably the last 10 minutes or so. They need the equalizer. McClure on it, near side. Goes back toward the keeper. He just sends it out, and this will be a UCCS throw. Floor brings it back to Hefner. Hefner changes fields, and UCCS tries to come up the left side. Now back to Hefner on the right. Sending it for the wing. Flicked ahead for Rodriguez. Rodriguez cuts it back. Nice combination. As you can see in the last couple of minutes, UCCS creating plays with combinations. Von Holly moves through traffic, sends it right in front. There's plenty of Rangers there to block it. That kick goes off of the Mountain Lions. It'll be a Regis throw deep in their defensive end as we pass under the 2-minute mark in the first half. And on the occasional shot on the scoreboard, you can see the shot advantage has now flipped and in favor of UCCS. Those are shot attempts, not shots on goal. We unofficially have UCCS with 2 shots on goal, and likewise for the Rangers. That's a foul on the Rangers. Direct kick right near the touchline. 65 seconds remaining in the first half. Plenty of time for UCCS to set something up. They fake short. Runner moves toward the corner. The left-footed kick goes far post. A little too strong. And it'll be a goal kick with 40 seconds remaining in the half. Shortly, you'll hear the countdown from the PA announcer in college soccer. They count down the last 10 seconds. So that'll be coming up in a moment. And that's the end of the first half of today's doubleheader here at Mountain Lion Stadium. Regis with the 17th minute goal to be up 1-0 as we go into halftime. 15-minute break at halftime. We will step out for a couple of messages, and we'll be back with you shortly to review the first half statistics and what's going on around the league today as our MAC play opens up on this Friday, September 14th. So before we step out, we will just remind you the score at halftime here at Mountain Lion Stadium. Regis Rangers 1, UCCS Mountain Lions 0. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. And welcome back to Mountain Lions Stadium on the campus of University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. We are at halftime of the homecoming match between the UCCS Mountain Lions and the Regis Rangers. Regis holds on to the 1-0 lead after a 17th minute goal. The players are lining up behind me, and we'll hear the opening whistle shortly. And until so, we'll stay with you and just review a bit of the activity from the first half. The biggest threat by Regis in the first half was the big flip throw, and that's coming in from Porter Milner, and he had the assist on the Regis lone goal with the big throw from the sideline right in front of the net. Joe Mansfield with the head flick, and it goes past Scott Jensen. We are underway behind me. We will get back now to the play-by-play in the second half. In this second half of play, the Mountain Lions will be coming toward our broadcast position, moving from right to left, which in Colorado Springs is north to south. The Mountain Lions, as we were saying just as the half ended, the Mountain Lions had the better run and play in at least the last 10, maybe the last 15 minutes. They took a shot advantage. Hopefully everyone joining us on the UCCS live stream is able to see the flow of play. We're going right into the sun from the camera positions as it gets ready to set here in late September afternoon in Colorado Springs. As you can tell, absolutely picture perfect postcard kind of afternoon here in Colorado Springs. A little warm for all the camera people, and we thank them for standing in the direct sunlight and bringing this match to you, as well as our statisticians and spotters standing right in the hot sunlight. That temperature will change very quickly in about 90 minutes. Once the sun tucks down behind the front range, it should be just an absolutely picture-perfect evening. If you're listening to us on campus or near campus on the live stream, please make your way to the stadium. This is the first half of the men's-women's doubleheader. The women open their Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play against CSU Pueblo, and that should be a terrific match. It is Storm the Stadium night. The first 275 students showing ID get a t-shirt. It's possible, looking at the crowd behind me, that they may have already exhausted all of those t-shirts, but nonetheless, quality soccer is in front of us for the rest of the evening. There's a call in favor of UCCS with the foul. And as you'll notice, referee Adam Zarin had quite a number of conversations with players during the first half, pulled no cards, trying to keep control of the match by having conversations, and I'm sure they go something like, don't do it again or you're going to force me to pull the card, and I don't want to have to do that. Regis lines up at the top of the 18. The direct kick comes in, far post. That's knocked out nicely by Wiebert on the punch. UCCS keeps it in. Flicked in, trying to get it behind the line, looking for the header with the run on the rebound. Kicked and blocked in front. Had a Regis defender at the top of the 6. UCCS starting the second half like they ended the first half in these first 4 minutes. Nice clear off of the back line by Freddie Swales of Regis. That was Carbajal over near the touchline under the challenge with Porter Milner. Milner, he has the big flip throw in the attacking third. Obviously, from this point of the field, no need to do that. And the Mountain Lions start back. You can see the press box is casting a long shadow across midfield. So as you see the ball go in and out of shade, that's what's causing it. Mountain Lions intercept on the far side, try to send it ahead. It's a 2-on-3 as Regis gets back nicely. Across, intercepted, and now Regis in possession, trying to come back. McClure brings it over to Carbajal. Carbajal drops it off. And there's a classic case of it was a trip after he released the ball, but nonetheless, still a foul. And once UCCS was unable to maintain possession, the referee appropriately called that in favor of the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions have 3 in the box. Shot goes out near side. It was deflected by Regis, so therefore we're going to have a corner kick. And it looks like Rodriguez is lining up to take it from the corner. Players are aligned, start making their runs. Rodriguez approaches, hooks it, shot off of the crossbar, and cleared out by Regis for another corner. There's a case of the defender was not sure what was behind him, so just for safety's sake cleared it out. UCCS goes short, long kick from the top of the 18, headed down, far post. And there's a classic case of you put a defender on both the near and the far post on a corner kick, and that was stopped. That'll be a shot on goal, but not a save, as it was cleared out by the defense rather than the goalkeeper. And UCCS maintains its domination now, which has extended nearly 20 minutes going to the end of the first half and early here in the second. But still they trail 1-0. UCCS sends it ahead, looking for Van Holly. Knocked out by Regis for the throw-in. Dropped back. That bit of shade that you see in the UCCS attacking end is from an evergreen tree that's positioned over there. Likewise, in front of the goal, you see a shadow that's beginning to get cast. That also from an evergreen tree. And much like baseball, when a pitch goes in and out of shade, it could be a little bit of a trouble depending on how much pace is on the shot for the goalkeeper. We'll see if that plays a factor. UCCS was trying to come in on the attack. They were offside near midfield. UCCS intercepts the ball, looking for Van Holly to come back. Mountain Lions were held up illegally by a Regis defender, so they put it back into play on the direct kick. Carbajal on it, trying to take on 2 Rangers, and Regis comes away with it. Carbajal intercepts. Now he drops it forward. Foul. Just about 10 yards from the goal line. This will be like a modified corner for Carbajal. Referee lines up the ball at the point he saw the foul. Now he's going to count off the 10 yards so that the defenders are away from the ball. Generally speaking, this is a little better spot than a corner kick. It creates a better chance at an angle for hooking it into the far corner, and it also gives UCCS more choices and forces Regis to defend more options. So let's see what the Mountain Lions come up with here. Carbajal approaches, goes straight across, top of the 6, headed down by Regis. Mountain Lions pick it up, try to get it into traffic, and it comes out, but the Mountain Lions are still in possession. Rodriguez comes back, trying to tackle from behind. Regis able to shield away from that challenge and stay on the ball. Regis through midfield. They had an open runner on the right. It was deflected by the Mountain Lions, and UCCS comes back. Goes out harmlessly for a throw-in. UCCS with it. Mills sends it back to the keeper. Jensen over to the right. Into the shade in front of the press box. And UCCS tries to send it around. They switch fields, a lot of real estate, and carried into space. Carbajal right in front of us pointing. He wanted the direct kick over the top that he could run onto. Teammates didn't see it, sent it back to Jensen, and the Mountain Lions reset again. A bit of an ambitious kick by Jensen, looking for someone, doesn't materialize, but UCCS picks up the loose ball, looking for Carbajal, tried to drop it down. Carbajal rushing in, creating a little pressure on the goalkeeper, hoping for the mistake. Now Regis nearly finds the left wing open running through, but he was in the offside position and called. And UCCS will put it into play with the indirect kick. UCCS maintaining the pressure and possession. Mills with the throw, brings it up to Carbajal. He's checked in the back by Milner. Drops it for Mills. Mills to Van Holly. Van Holly finds a runner coming on, and he was looking for the wing to make the run. Miscommunication there, so it goes to a Regis throw. Regis sends it ahead. No danger there. Hefner with the ball starts the attack back for the Mountain Lions. Hefner brings it up the touchline. Rodriguez with the ball, double teamed. So Regis has been pretty effective on the double team. Mountain Lions are going to need to make an adjustment. When they see the double team, they're going to need to create a pass back off of that wall pass forward and then have a runner or two in the open slots to try to get the defensive shape off balance. The double team is a great defensive play, but it also gets your numbers out of whack, and on a quick counter there are spaces to attack. Regis goes far side, cut back. Left footed shot stays on the ground. Smothered by Jensen for the save. Mountain Lions continue to trail 1-0. Here, still early, second half. Challenge at midfield. Got the call. Another discussion. This will be a direct kick for the Rangers. 1 hour of soccer is in the books. A half hour to go of regulation. That was a nice direct kick going to the far post, hoping for a teammate to run onto it. Didn't quite connect. Goal kick now for the Mountain Lions. You may notice the corner flags as we get late afternoon and the temperature begins to change here in the fall after a warm day. The breeze beginning to pick up. Seems to be swirling a bit on the field. We're getting an occasional swirl over in our broadcast position. The flag, the main flag, is just gently blowing, so it looks like there's a little bit more of a swirl on the field. Again, I don't think it'll be much of an impact to the play. UCCS with possession at midfield. Intercepted by the Rangers. Nice give and go. That is intercepted by the Mountain Lions. Read nicely by Sam Gomez. Challenge right there in front, 50-50 ball. Jensen went up with the attacker. Jensen gets the better of that one. Ball was loose at midfield, collected by the Rangers, and they look to do it again. Open wing, trying to gain the corner. I think that was Hefner who broke that up near side. Van Holly puts the ball a bit too far out in front. I think that's why there was no call. Van Holly put himself into that position under the assessment of the referee. UCCS trying to create pressure. They think they created the flick. Jordan Watts, the assistant referee on the far side, says otherwise. It's a goal kick. Ball put back into play. Mills sends it ahead to Carbajal, and that was a handball. Inadvertent as it was. His arms were away from his body, not in a natural position, so therefore the call was made, and correctly so. Taking a look at scores from around the RMAC today, we looked up some information at halftime. We reported in the first half CSU Pueblo and Adams State played to a 1-1 draw. While we were playing in the first half, a couple of matches came to conclusion. Colorado and Fort Lewis played double overtime to a 3-3 draw. And up in Denver, Metro took a 3-0 win over Colorado Christian. Other games going on while we're playing here. School of Mines is on the road at South Dakota Mines. And Dixie State is on the road at Westminster. Westminster is in first place. There's the big throw. Nearly goes in off of the throw-in. Again, that was the most effective play by the Rangers in the first half. Well, as we were saying, Dixie State is on the road in Salt Lake City to take on Westminster. Westminster has the early lead in the RMAC with a 4-0 record, but of course all of that was in non-conference play. All of the games we just talked to you about are the opening RMAC matches. So the standings that count will take some shape at the end of today. And on Sunday, everybody is right back at it. As we mentioned, the UCCS squad, they will open up a men's-women's doubleheader on Sunday. They will play at noon. School of Mines provides the opposition. And as we take a quick look at the standings, we mentioned Westminster finished the non-conference portion of their schedule at 4-0. School of Mines is 3-1. Regis came into this match 1-2, and the Mountain Lions 1-1 after their 3 non-conference matches. McClure sends it out on far side. This will be a Regis throw. Actually, putting it on the ground. Nope, just tying a boot. So it is a throw. Touched right back out again by the Mountain Lions, and another throw coming up. We are under 25 minutes to go in regulation. Regis with a 1-0 lead here in the RMAC conference opener. Regis attempted to get around the corner, defended well, shot well short on the near side. Mountain Lions will put this back into play off of the goal kick. And again, we're about midway through the half, and you see all of the Mountain Lions subs up, loosening up just in case they're called on. Bit of a challenge. This has been building all afternoon. Now the referee stops the clock. I think he's going to issue a card. May even be 2. It may go both ways. Yeah, it does look like one card went each way. 23. So for Regis, Ethan Wilson, 23, got the card. So the initial foul was against UCCS, so despite the fact there were cards each way, it's a Regis direct kick, goes well wide. We have 22 minutes left in regulation. UCCS trying to come back to square this match at 1. If you're wondering, there is overtime in NCAA regular season soccer. But first, the Mountain Lions need the equalizer. Another challenge as physical play begins to increase. Oftentimes you see this in soccer. Legs start getting a little bit weary. Hot day, no cloud cover. We're 70 minutes into the match, so there's an extra push, an extra tug, an extra hold to try to battle the fatigue. Regis with a direct kick from a dangerous spot. Goes toward far post. Nice header back to the near side. Cleared out by the Mountain Lions nicely. That was a well-designed set play for the Rangers. Clearly created an opportunity, just not the execution they wanted. That ball was rolling and not set, so the referee asks for it to be set before it's put into play. And now the Mountain Lions have it. UCCS trying to keep it in the attacking third. Ball goes out for a Regis throw. You can now see that the press box shadow extends across the entire field as the sun begins to go down. So again, if you're having a tough time with the contrast going in and out of light, it's because of the press box there at midfield. UCCS on it. They've got a runner if he can get through, nearly so. Defended nicely by the Rangers. Rangers try to line it up. Header going weak side. Jensen leaps. Won't count as a save, but that was an important defensive move to take it off of the head of an oncoming Ranger. Jensen tries to start his troops back. Drops it to the outside. Demarath pushes ahead. Looked like the jersey was held, but no call. Van Holly is through, looking to drop it back, and it goes in off of the header for the equalizer. Carbajal with the goal. That ball right along the goal line, crossed, and Carbajal racing toward the far post, hits it in off of the header, and we are square at one with 18:12 remaining. Carbajal with his third goal of the season continues in the team lead. We have a couple of substitutions after the goal. As you can see, NCAA timing rules, clock stops on goals. No such thing as added time or extended time in college soccer. The clock stoppages take care of that. Man, O'Day. The kick right in off of the kickoff. Jensen forced to make a save. Couldn't completely control it. His best friend is the crossbar. Comes back into his hands and innocently now put it back into play. Carbajal tries to head it ahead to himself. Goes a little bit far. We're still still waiting for the official call. I think that was Van Holly that was on the ball on the touch line, or on the goal line rather, to cut it back to Carbajal. Van Holly now right in front of us, tackled out by Regis. Stays in possession of the Mountain Lions. Drops it for Mills. Mills takes the throw to Van Holly. He tries to flick it ahead for Carbajal. He's shouldered off of the play. Kick goes out by Regis, and we're going to have a corner kick. Clayton Smith goes to pick up the ball. He'll put it into play off of the corner as we move under 17 minutes remaining in what is now a 1-1 draw. Goes near post. Ranger well positioned, heads it out. UCCS will maintain possession with the throw-in. Gomez drops it back to Heiko Hovak. Van Holly takes the shot, deflected off a Ranger boot, and that'll be a corner kick on the far side. Clayton Smith goes over to take the corner. He goes near the top of the 6, headed down. Hefner got ahead on it. The Mountain Lions looked back to the referee. They wanted a handball in there, did not get that call. Ball cleared out. Regis keeping its shape, coming out as a unit to try to defend as the Mountain Lions collect the ball and start the attack back. Mountain Lions still in possession. Looking for the cross. Player open on the far post. Intercepted by Wiebert as it was coming across. Coming in behind us, depending on what you're seeing on camera, is the CSU Pueblo squad, who will take on the women's side immediately following this match. If you're listening on streaming near campus, please begin to make your way down to Mountain Lion Stadium. Stands are filling up nicely, but still plenty of room. Free parking. Bonfire after the women's match to celebrate homecoming. Looks like there's a good chance we're going to have some free soccer. If there's no score in this match in the next 13 minutes, we will get bonus time, and then the women's match will immediately follow the men's game after a warm-up. Now the Mountain Lions pick the ball up at midfield. They've got runners and space. They had Regis on their heels. They had a good opportunity. Van Holly stays in possession for the Mountain Lions. Cross comes near side. They've got a runner on the overlap. That's Mills. Couldn't quite keep it in control. Big shot coming from about 30 yards out. Well high. And it'll be a goal kick with 12 and a half minutes remaining in the match. A foul near midfield by UCCS, direct kick. Regis restarts play. Send it out, far side, and that's intercepted by the Mountain Lions as they begin to come back. Was Ferratis. He sent it ahead to Van Holly. Van Holly pushes it ahead, trying to get past the last defender. Turned back, and drops it for Mills. Shielded nicely, dropped for Van Holly. He's wide open. Took the shot off of the calf of a Regis defender for the block. Goes back into the UCCS end. Jensen brings it all the way across, near side. And the Mountain Lions looking to start something along the left side. They stop, send it back to Jensen. Trying to find a space in the Regis defense that they can exploit. There's the give and go down the sideline and touched out by Regis. Mills on the throw. About 25 yards out from goal. Mills trying to gain the corner. He's challenged there. Dribbling, keeps it neatly in along the touchline. Drops it back to his midfield. They try to switch fields and now attack from the right side. Bring it ahead. They've got some space. Long ball toward far post. Just not quite high enough to get over the header of a defender. That shot by Gomez doesn't get through as it hits legs. Header by UCCS to keep it in the attacking zone. Bit of a block by Regis, bit of a pushback by UCCS, no call. Either way. A lot of 50-50 challenges, and UCCS comes out the better of that scrum. We are under 10 minutes to go in regulation, 1-1 in the opening Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference match of the 2018 Division II men's soccer season. UCCS looking to find a runner going through the slot. Can't quite connect. Regis intercepts and it's coming back the other way. Regis playing a little keep away, trying to find a seam. UCCS keeps the pressure on. There's the flick, far side, 2-on-3. Dropped back, not quite enough pace on that pass back. Van Holly was lining up the big shot. Ball never found his feet. And UCCS has it right in front of the press box for the throw-in. That challenge results in a Regis foul. That'll be a direct kick from about 45 yards out for the Mountain Lions. On a good portion of these, they've been choosing to go short and then attack with possession and shape. Let's see what they choose to do here. Chipped in right to the top of the 18. Nothing materializes. Ball comes back out and UCCS maintains possession. Carbajal on it. Drops it off to the right side. Check that. That wasn't Carbajal. That was Smith. With 7.5 minutes remaining, we have some substitutions coming in. Looks like two coming in for Regis. UCCS comes out the better from that challenge. Step over moves, cutting back. Bit of a clinic on dribbling. This one comes dangerously near side for the 50-50 ball. That's won by Mills. Regis intercepts. Eric Peter drops it back to his goalkeeper. Wiebert sends it up. Defended nicely by the Mountain Lions as they come back. Mills pushes it ahead. Just a bit too far for Von Holly. Regis now mounting something. Cross right in front. Bit of traffic and cleared out by the Mountain Lions with 6 minutes to go in regulation. I think it might be fair to say that was the best attack Regis has had this entire second half. Clearly the flow of play has gone in favor of the Mountain Lions. Have a whistle. Not exactly sure what's going on. It may be blood. Yeah, we got the thumbs up. Typically this means bleeding, so that player has to leave the game, at least for the time being. He'll be allowed to re-enter once it's cleaned up. If there's any on the uniform, have to get it cleaned up off the uniform as well. In second half substitutions in the NCAA, you're permitted one re-entry. You typically are allotted an additional re-entry for situations like this. So if the player that had blood comes in again for the same player that subbed for him, then that does not count against it. The training staff is working over there to try to clean up the blood. Ball, when it's put back into play, will be a throw-in for Regis. Clock is stopped with 5:52, and we're now rolling again. 5:45 remaining. Second half, regulation time. UCCS trying to take the lead late and win this homecoming match. A hard tackle, 25 yards out. It'll be a direct kick from a highly dangerous spot for the Mountain Lions. Referee indicates play will restart on his whistle based on the way the players are lining up. Regis begins to retreat. They're only about 7 yards back now. The referee will take him the final 3 to set the wall at 10 yards. The sun is just starting to tuck behind the mountains. We'll be able to get a little cleaner look at what's going on shortly. Von Holly to take the kick. Drives it well high through the football goalposts. And with 4.5 minutes remaining, it'll be a goal kick for Regis. Regis starts the counterattack. Try to cross it in front, dangerously at the top of the 18. Kick well wide. Could not get his hips completely turned around as we move under 4 minutes in regulation. Jensen urges his team to move forward, getting ready to put it back into play with the goal kick. Moves it, ball goes well past midfield, headed by Regis. A trip and a direct kick coming up for the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions move it toward the top of the 18, headed out easily by Regis. And they have control as they move across midfield. Freddie Swale sends that up toward the left corner. Regis maintains control. And just as the sun tucks behind the mountains, the lights come on here at Mountain Lions Stadium with 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. 1-1 draw. This will be a corner kick for Regis. I believe this will be the first corner for them this half. So they've had a couple of their most dangerous attacking opportunities have come in the last few minutes as they look to regain the lead. UCCS hopes to have something to say about that. Here comes the cross. Goes well wide of the far post. Headed back into the middle. Defenders send it out, but control is maintained. A rocket shot targeted for side netting. Goes wide. UCCS escapes that rush and will be able to put it back into play. As we approach 100 seconds remaining in regulation. That was a push from behind. Card stays in the pocket. UCCS will have the direct kick. Looks like they're going to go for an attacking play rather than a quick restart. Ball goes, it'll come inside the 18. No white jerseys there whatsoever. Easily cleared out by the Rangers as we enter the final 60 seconds of regulation. And Regis called for offside as they were on a quick counter. It looked like they had something, but in large part that was because of the offside position. Now UCCS puts it back into play. Seeing if they can find a little magic in the final minute of regulation. Intercepted by Regis. They're trying to send numbers forward and create an attack in the final 20 seconds. Not to be. UCCS intercepts. They've got an open person here on the left wing. They find him, easily lofted over the defender. Well, he gets paid to officiate. I get paid to announce, so I won't say anything about that as time runs out in regulation. So we're going to have some bonus soccer here at Mountain Lions Stadium. The score at the end of regulation in this homecoming match, the UCCS Mountain Lions won, Regis Rangers won. We will have about a 5-minute break between regulation and the start of the first overtime period. The overtime rules in the NCAA, we will play 2 10-minute sudden victory periods. Well, actually, the scoreboard is showing a 10-minute break. Typically, it's a 5-minute break. We'll take 10. I'm sure the players will take 10 if they're going to be allowed that. But anyway, back to the overtime guidelines. 2 10-minute sudden death victory or sudden victory periods. There will be a couple-minute break between the 2 10-minute halves should the game go that far. So since we have a 10-minute break between regulation and overtime, we'll send it back to the studio for a few minutes, and then we'll bring it right back here to the stadium in about 5 minutes or so and prepare for the first overtime period. So once again, as we move into bonus soccer here at Mountain Lions Stadium on homecoming, UCCS Mountain Lions won. Regis won. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. We'll see you in just a bit. Welcome back to Mountain Lions Stadium as we get ready for the first overtime between the UCCS Mountain Lions and Regis Rangers. We're in a 1-1 draw. As we checked out, we mentioned that typically it's a 5-minute break between regulation and overtime. The clock was set at 10, but we were right. They corrected that error, and that's why we're back a little bit quicker than we had planned, but appropriately so under the NCAA guidelines. The Mountain Lions squared the score in the 72nd minute. And that was when Corey Carbajal netted the equalizer for his third goal of the young season and the UCCS team lead. And now we are right back at bonus soccer. Again, it is sudden victory. In the first half, Regis will be moving, or the first overtime, I should say. In the first overtime, Regis will be moving from our left to right, and UCCS will be continuing to head toward the south goal. That's Carbajal, tries to get on the ball. You can see the energy is picked up for both squads. They know the stakes. Regis is in a dangerous position. Ball is loose. Incidentally, we're still waiting for an official word on the assist. We think it was Van Holly. And Van Holly had the ball there. Goes through, tripped up, no call. Ball went back. You saw the big drive, and UCCS maintains possession. Again, the fans cheering for Carbajal as he was on the ball. The stands are filling up as they get ready for the end of this match and the start of the women's match right after this. kept in front, drawn across the 6 nicely, but no one there for the Mountain Lions. And on the hill behind our broadcast position, the CSU Pueblo women's squad is beginning to loosen up. Probably the most disappointed people in the stadiums are the women's teams. They would like to get started to play, but a great night for soccer here in Colorado Springs. And a lot of exciting play going on the field. Now here's a one-on-one opportunity. Regis on it, top of the 18, crossover. And that's defended by Hefner. And I think it was Hefner that was tackled from behind illegally. It was, and it'll be a UCCS kick with 7:40 remaining in the first overtime. Mountain Lions looking to go 1-0 in conference play and square their, or actually go 2-1-1 on the season as they look to move above 500. Carbajal has done that all night long. Doesn't take anything for granted. Races in on the goalkeeper trying to force a mistake. And I think every time that has happened, the Mountain Lions come away with possession. This is Mills with it. He crosses far post. Crossed back into the 6, looking for the shot right from the spot. It pops up, easily handled by Weber. Punted out, and the Mountain Lions try to bring it back. We've played 3.5 minutes of overtime. As we're going through the NCAA rules, just to clarify, again, it is 2 10-minute overtime periods, sudden victory. If the game does remain tied at the end of 20 minutes of additional play, it goes into the books as a draw. There are no PKs in regular season soccer. That only comes into play during playoffs. Here comes the flip throw, behaves like a corner kick, goes right in front, loose ball in front, flicked away, still dangerous traffic. Top of the 18, shot blocked by the Mountain Lions. Ball still loose, off of a Mountain Lion's shin, but Regis pushes it back in, and now it goes harmlessly to Jensen. Porter Milner. That throw has caused the Mountain Lions problems all night. I'm sure the coaching staff is telling them that they should defend it like a corner kick, but it's causing tremendous problems as it's coming pretty much right down at the penalty spot. So you don't get any brownie points for style. Sub coming in. And incidentally, in the NCAA in overtime, the sub rules follow the same substitution rules as the first half. Once you exit, you are not permitted a re-entry in that particular overtime period. The rosters reset at the beginning of the second overtime should we get that far. We are now 4 minutes remaining. UCCS has an opportunity. Van Holly ticks it to the outside. And again, well called by the official. The play there, if UCCS had maintained the quality of the possession, they would have allowed that possession to continue. When they did not, then it resulted in the direct kick. This is from just over 30 yards out. The restart will be on the referee's whistle. He's lining the wall up. Von Holly will take it. Mountain Lions are discussing what they're going to do. He tried this earlier, went well over the crossbar. We'll see if they put a play on. Same kick, same result. We're now at 3 minutes remaining in the first overtime. Regis has the ball and numbers. They go far post. It gets past the goalkeeper, but the runner wasn't there quite in time. Now across, back again. Headed, goes out for the goal kick. Just under 2.5 minutes to go in overtime number 1. Van Holly gets the better body position and has the ball. Looking for Carbajal. Doesn't quite get it to the spot he wanted. Corey stays on it. He's got quite a fan club here. He crosses it across the top of the 18. Results in a UCCS throw-in. We're in the final 90 seconds of the first overtime. Score remains 1-1. Cross is intercepted and knocked out for a UCCS throw with 70 seconds to go in the first overtime. If the Mountain Lions maintain possession, plenty of opportunity to create a good shot. We move under 60 seconds. 1-1 as the Mountain Lions look to get a victory on this opening night of conference play. Foul against the Mountain Lions. A direct kick with 40 seconds to go. Regis taking their time. Goalkeeper decides to come out to take it. Regis had good shape at midfield, so they get the ball right back. Hefner beat on the outside. Regis has a chance with 10 seconds to go. Cross headed away. We're under 10 seconds. The clock will not stop if they cannot get the ball back into play. And Regis just lets the clock expire, and they're willing to take their chances with overtime number 2. We'll keep it right here between the first and second overtimes. Well, once again, a little bit of trouble with the clock. Normally, this is only supposed to be a 3-minute break. They've listed it as a 5-minute break. But we'll go ahead and keep it right here as we review what has gone on in the first 100 minutes of play. And 100 minutes has not been enough for the Mountain Lions and the Rangers. Just to review the scoring, in the 72nd minute, for the Mountain Lions, they drew even when Corey Carbajal raced in front of the net and flicked a header past the goalkeeper for the equalizer. That made it 1-1. Regis took the lead in the 17th minute of the game when Porter Milner, with the big flip throw that we've been discussing most of the match, put it near net, and virtually the same type of goal. A head flick in front by Joe Mansfield. That went past Scott Jensen, and the Rangers had that 1-0 lead that they held until the 72nd minute. And they've reset the clock. Once again, we are now under 1 minute until we start the second overtime. And this will be the final overtime. We will either have a sudden victory winner or it'll go into the books as a draw. Mountain Lions have already played 2 overtimes, so this will be their 3rd overtime match in 4 games. They won the first one with a goal 3 minutes into overtime. Their second match, they played the full 110 minutes and ended in a draw. So certainly the Mountain Lions, no strangers to extra soccer. We switch ends. The Mountain Lions will be moving away from our broadcast position as they move left to right, which is south to north here at Mountain Lion Stadium. Stands are pretty full for the end of this one and the start of the women's game that immediately follows after the warm-up. And we'll be with you for the broadcast of that match too. Check out the GoMountainLions.com, choose the women's soccer and the video feed for that match. Both games will be coming to you on a rebroadcast on the local Comcast channel. Regis brings it down into the attacking end. There's a clear trip, direct kick for Regis. I'm getting all kind of bonus soccer here. The CSU Pueblo crowd playing wall ball in front of us. Ball put into play near the top of the 18. UCCS clears that. And knocked ahead by the Mountain Lions. But Regis sends it right back in. Dangerous. Goalkeeper comes out. That was a risky proposition by Jensen. And the Mountain Lions just clear it out for the throw. As we've talked about on earlier broadcasts, once the goalkeeper decides to come out, they have no choice. They have to keep coming because they are in no man's land. There's a big throw by Milner, flicked in, defended by the Mountain Lions. Along the goal line, still in possession. Knocked out. I think that would have been offside. I think the call was offside or the goal kick. Either way, same result for the Mountain Lions. Put it back in play from inside their 6. Looking for Carbajal over on the far side. 50-50 challenge at midfield. Ball is loose, headed ahead. And Hefner defends for the Mountain Lions. Brings it back. With a defender on his back, Regis comes away with it. Klein on it, stops, has effectively what amounts to a corner kick, sends it across. Cleared out by UCCS and sent out of bounds by Sam Gomez. 7 minutes remaining in the match. 1-1 here, UCCS and Regis. Big flip throw by Milner. Jensen decides to take the defense of that attack on for himself, tries to come out and punch it. It was a tough leap over a group of people. Actually came dangerously close to knocking it into his own goal. Results in the corner kick. 6:20 to go. Regis has had the better run of play here in this second overtime. They put it right in front, goes past the Regis head, sent right back in, cleared off of the post by Mills. Regis nearly had the 3 points. The Regis bench up, loud. Corner kick coming from right in front of us. Milner to put it in play on the corner kick. Sends it out, headed. Goes wide. Mountain Lions sub coming into the match with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. It's Clayton Smith that returns to the pitch. Regis has numbers. UCCS turns that back. Regis throw, but well defended by the Mountain Lions. Porter Milner tells his teammates to relax. He knows they've got the time, they've got the opportunity here in the attacking third. Let's see from this distance, will he do the flip throw? He does. Impresses. That ball right in front. You know, this is a lot of fun. The CSU Pueblo players have become fans. They're enjoying every minute of this overtime. We move under 4 minutes in the second overtime. A lot of action down there near the goal. I don't know if I get a vote for player of the game, but from the Regis side, has to be Milner. He creates danger every time he's on the ball, especially with the throws. And the Mountain Lions have just not had the remedy for that yet. And now Regis coming in again on the attack. They have been in this end nearly the entire 7 minutes of the second overtime. A foul there by Regis. The Mountain Lions have a direct kick. Put it into play quickly on the restart. Looking for Van Holly. Van Holly on the right side tries to go 1-on-2. Has space. Goalkeeper comes out. Keeper gets there first. Snuffs that out. As we move under 3 minutes, we've got a runner on the ball. UCCS trying to recover. Referee indicates clean play. And a goal kick. Obviously, Regis was pleading for the call. I think that was a fair call by the referee. .2:22 to go in the game. 1-1. Is there a breakthrough for one of these two squads? Regis on the attack again. We've been saying that this entire period. There's the kick. Was headed wide, cleared out by the Mountain Lions. Comes near midfield. 50-50 ball. UCCS trying to come away with it. And it's ahead, one-on-one soccer. Big kick, that's gonna go high. Put back into play quickly by Regis. And I believe he did not allow the ball to settle, so they're calling for the re-kick. We move under 90 seconds to go in the match. Regis with the momentum this entire period, and they feel it. They're trying to get it back upfield quick. We're at 75 seconds to go. Toward goal. Jensen comes out, grabs it. And now with 65 seconds to go, the Mountain Lions come back, seeing if they can win this game in the final minute of the match. Rodriguez back on defense for the Mountain Lions. Gets there first, but it's still a throw for Regis with 40 seconds to go. Regis slows it down, and you know who's going to be on this ball from this spot. Look for the flip throw. Regis knows this could be the last best opportunity. They're taking their time. Here's the flip and the throw. Top of the 18. Not as effective as some of the other throws. It was a little further out from goal, but Regis keeps it. Now, can the Mountain Lions keep it in to come back on the 2-on-1? Not quite. We're under 10 seconds. It looks like this one is going to end in a draw. And there you have it. Match number 1 of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play comes to an end. And we've got a bit of a struggle going along the sideline. This has been building all night. Referees still need to stay out there to control things before they send the teams back to their respective benches. Still a little pushing and shoving. Come on, gentlemen, sporting behavior. Go to your benches. Shake hands. That was 110 minutes of well-played soccer on both sides. The result was just. I think overall, the Mountain Lions probably had more minutes of possession in the match. Milner was a huge factor for Regis, and we're going to have a card here at the end of the match. And I think we have a red card against Regis. Now, what a red card will mean, obviously this match ends in a draw. So any card that just came out means nothing in terms of the result of this match. But that red card means that that player for Regis will not be able to play in their Sunday match as RMAC play resumes in 2 days. And for the Mountain Lions, I think I saw a yellow card was issued over there. What the yellow card will mean is that just goes against the count, and there is a progressive count in the NCAA. So once you get to a certain number of cautions during the season, then you have to sit out a game. So the impact could be later in the season. Regis will feel the impact much sooner because that player will not be able to suit up on Sunday. Now, both teams approach the stands and appropriately clap for the fans. Again, it was a well-played match as both the women's teams for the CSU Pueblo squad and the UCCS Mountain Lions begin to take the field for their warm-up. So once again, the final score here, it goes officially as a draw in the opening game of the conference play for the 2018 season. So we will wrap it up here and check out for a bit, and then we will be back with you as the women's game gets ready to start. So remember, if you're watching us on streaming, you will need to go to the women's soccer link on GoMountainLions.com and click the video link there to watch us on streaming from there. And at some point over the next week or so, you will be able to see replays of both the men's match that you just saw and the women's match coming up on your local Comcast station. We would like to thank all of the folks in the truck that have brought this video to you. I'd like to thank all of the statisticians and spotters for helping to bring this game to you. It was an exciting match. So once again, this is Doug Klein from Mountain Lion Stadium. We thank you for watching. And again, the final score, UCCS 1, Regis 1. We'll be back with you in just a bit for the women's game. Good night, everyone.